You are listening to Single Smart Female, Romantic Fairy Godmama Edition.
Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com. Hello, Lover Girl, and hello, Jen.
Oh, I thought you were calling me Lover Girl. Hi.
Lover Girl, Jen.
Hello, and hello all our Single Smart Female listeners. We love you.
Very much. Mwah. So today we have a topic.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's an interesting topic.
It is interesting. That's the exact word I was thinking. Interesting. I'm not even kidding. Stop laughing at me over there.
Stop laughing at you. Okay, so the topic is: should you date a man who makes I can't even say that significantly less than you? Okay.
Financially, yes.
Financially.
We're not talking bread. Well, kind of. It's a slang word for it.
To make less donuts than you.
Yes. Ooh, donut sounds so good right now.
Oh,
okay.
No, not to me. Right. Normally it would, but not right this second.
Okay.
Anywho, it's back to the real topic here of men making less donuts.
Stop teasing me, damn it.
I'm going to start with this. There are a lot of women that listen to this podcast that make really amazing incomes.
Truth.
Very ambitious women who are climbing the corporate ladder, who are building incredible businesses, who are carving out their empire in this world.
Yes.
And there are a lot of ideas surrounding that of what type of man she should date. Now, there's always the idea that ambitious women can't find love, which is total, utter fucking bullshit. Yeah. There's also the idea of what type of man. So I will say there is a type of woman that I call Miss Dater Down who tends to exclusively date men that make less than her, because she thinks men that make around her or up, well, deep down she thinks they won't really love her the way that she wants to be loved.
Oh, man, I can speak to experience of that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not exactly the type of woman I'm talking to today. So my short answer to all of this is yes, you can date a man that's significantly financially less successful.
Yes.
Makes significantly less money. But I want women to understand that right now we're talking about the initial phases of mantourage dating, and you can include all kinds of men in that equation. With the exception, there is an exception. Do you know what that exception is, Jen?
Of men that you allow in your mantourage?
Financial status of men, or a man who makes less.
Mooch.
The mooch.
Oh, man, are you going to get me some ice cream for that?
Totally getting you some ice cream.
I'm having food cravings.
Apparently,
okay, go ahead.
Donuts, ice cream.
Damn it, sugar. Anyway.
We talk about money. She wants food. Okay. What does that mean, Jen?
Mooch?
No. I'm talking about
my food obsession.
Your food obsession when I talk about money. What feelings are you trying to eat right now?
Oh my gosh, stop psychoanalyzing me. No, I'm kidding.
I thought you were going to say stop it, psycho.
That could work too.
Okay,
no,
so let's talk about the mooch, because I was married to the mooch, and a lot of women who date down that we were just talking about, they end up dating the mooch. And this is the guy who is very willing to, but I want to make sure we understand exactly what the mooch is. But this is the guy that's very willing. He's a guy that struggles and goes from job to job. He says he's very ambitious. He's got all these bright ideas, but he has no consistency in his life. And he's very willing to let women pay for him. Mm-hmm. And he tends to be emotionally very available to women, which is why so many women are still drawn to him, because he's there for you in so many ways. But then he's really not.
Yeah. Then he's like a bloodsucker.
Yeah. He actually is emotionally sucking out of you on top of financially sucking out of you. And
vampire.
He doesn't meet you on many, many levels. So There's a big difference between that type of man and a man who just makes less than you, but yet is very consistent. He's a hard worker. He provides for himself. If you have kids, he provides for them. And maybe he just doesn't make as much as you financially do. These are two way different people. Second man that we're just talking to, he doesn't feel super comfortable with letting you pay, which as an adored woman, most women that come to me are not super comfortable being the one who pays all the time. Or even if they are initially, at some point that shit gets old. So it's really important to decipher between these two men.
Wait, so the deciphering is between the mooch and the what's the other one?
Is a man who just makes less
yes,
than you.
Thank you.
Okay. You can definitely include the second man, not the mooch, the second man in your mantourage. And if he ends up being an extraordinary person in your life, so you might, let's say you're a corporate woman and you're making multiple six figures, and you meet a teacher who's incredibly passionate about what he does, and he treats you like the adored woman you know you are, and he loves, cherishes, and adores you the way that you want to be. Can you have a good relationship with him, even though he makes significantly less than you? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Totes.
Yeah, definitely can be concluded in your mantourage and definitely can go into a relationship. Okay. Still, he does need to be paying for parts of this relationship. A lot of times as women, we feel guilty when people make less than us, so we start paying for everyone.
I know.
And I don't want you ladies doing that all the time. Yes, sometimes it's great and I want you to share the wealth, but especially in romantic relationships, I don't want you to be the one that has to do that all the time. Specifically not in the dating phase. Once, if you two of you go into a marriage or into an exclusive relationship, you decide to combine your money together, that's fine. That's a different scenario, but not in the dating phase. Okay. I used to take more of a stance on, I really want women dating men near their income level or above. But I also want you to understand, if you include a man who makes significantly less than you, if you only have men that make significantly less than you in your mantourage, you need to include some other members. You need to kind of date both, okay? Because you remember, you're exploring who you are romantically, not just this one set idea. And that dynamic is really important for you to open up something special with you. It doesn't mean that you're definitely going to end up with the guy that makes more money. It doesn't mean that whatsoever. But it does need to, for this experience to be really a true experience, that you're not dating just the same kind of man over, like a carbon copy, over and over again.
Right.
Let me check with Jen. Is that clear?
It's clear.
It's getting clear. Okay.
It's very clear.
So, like I said, originally I used to encourage women to date very close to their financial level or above, but I don't necessarily recommend it all the time now, because I've seen some women go into some amazing relationships with men who didn't make as much as them, but were that type of man. Not the mooch, but were that type of man. And they have been lit up in ways that they didn't even know were possible. But it is important, again, in the mantourage state, that you need to include both types of men if you're including the one who's financially on a different, lower level than you. Okay?
Yep.
Truly important. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
To truly explore who you are romantically, it is best to include a variety of men in your mantourage.
Thank you, lover girl, for joining us on this romantic fairy godmama edition of Single Smart Female. Don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, as well as visit us at SingleSmartFemale.com.
We'll talk to you next time.
And here's to you having everything you want in life and love. Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com.